right. Let's talk about leadership. Let's talk a little bit about loyalty today. And let's talk about a club that just drew a line in the sand and how I believe we will win against the Eels this week. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Geordie. I'm a diehard Tigers fan. And if you're new here, welcome. I am so glad you are here. And it would mean the world if you would like and subscribe to this little West Tigers channel, as it helps me in the algorithm out a ton. And plus, we got a ton of like-minded people here. But let's get into it, because after one of the wildest, probably the most drama-filled weeks in NRL so far this season and in a few years, we know one thing for certain. Benji Marshall isn't just coaching the Tigers anymore. He is reshaping the soul of this club and what it means to be a Tiger. And what he is doing is just the full backing of his senior players, of the locker room, and of the very culture he is trying to build. Now, the only question is, does it work? Does the belief translate into wins? And can we see that without Lachlan Galvin going forward into this weekend? Can we get the job done against the Eels? That is the million-dollar question, because I'll be honest with you guys right now, this weekend isn't just another game. It is a gut check. It is a culture test. And I think it's a test to see our rhythm and our chance to prove to the entire league that this isn't the same old West Tigers club, that we don't need Lockie Galvin and we can pull off a win. So let's rewind for just a second and talk about how we got to this point real quick. A recap if you're new and been out of the media for the last week. The press conference, I believe yesterday, was extremely heavy. It wasn't damage control, it was ownership, right? Straight up accountability for everything. Benji fronted the media and laid it all out. No fluff, no excuses, and I love that guy for that. He said clearly, and I quote, "I made the call, it was mine. The leadership group backed me, but I'm the coach and I'll wear it." And let's just pause right there, because we have a lot to debunk there, because for a rookie head coach to not deflect, to not blame, but to own a controversial call in front of the cameras, that is exactly the kind of leadership we've been crying out for, right? And that's why I've always loved Benji, saying it for what it is. He didn't say Galvin was wrong. He didn't throw him under the bus, but he made it crystal clear that you don't get the hold onto the club hostage, right? You earn the jersey, you earn the trust, and you earn the future. And if you're not willing to do that, no matter how talented you are, then someone else will step up. And now look, Lockie Galvin is a phenomenal talent. All for the bloke, and wish him best. You've seen it, I've seen it in moments. His vision, his kicking game, his ability to create something for nothing when he is on is just absolutely electric, right? But let's not forget, he is young. He's had a kind of a douchebag of a manager. He played half a dozen NRL games, and he's already asking for a release, and he did 12 months ago. It just doesn't sit right, and not with the fans, not with me, not with the players, and I know for a fact not with Benji. So what does Benji do? He says, go back to the cup, play some footy, prove that you want to be here, prove you can buy in, and we'll see you next week. And then when Jerome Luai steps up and says Benji has been disrespected, and when Api Korosai says the team first, that's what we built this on, that's when you realize this isn't just a headline, guys. This is a moment of identity for our club, and a moment of realization and clarity, because for the first time in a long time, guys, it actually feels like the boys are playing for something bigger than themselves and for each other, for the badge, for the long term of this club. And with Latu Fainu saying he's committed to this club long term and he'll do whatever it takes to be here, that is footy, and that's what we're here to talk about as well. So let's talk about some footy. How do we beat the Eels this weekend? Just wanted to fill you guys in on that. But you know, on the field we need to focus. On and off the field we definitely need to focus. But this week, this is going to be the thing that I think will dominate the headlines more than the Lachlan Galvin stuff. But the real test is always going to be between the lines. So let's start with the lineup, right? No Galvin, I think no problem. Adam Dewey is stepping in, playing his 100th game. I'm so pumped. That's no small milestone for him. And if you know Adam, you know how much heart he has and how much this game is going to mean to him. He's going to go balls to the wall. He's been through it all. Injuries, especially positional changes, doubts, comebacks, and now on a week where the club needs a stabilizing presence, he's the man Benji turns to, and I am there for that. I love that, because this guy, he really does bleed black, orange, and white. He fights, he talks, he kicks, he competes, and he knows how to compose a game. And with Jerome Luai beside him, there is an opportunity here for a real moment. Luai plays off that instinct. He's got that flair, the unpredictability. He knows how to roam across the field, let Adam steer, and suddenly you've got a balance we haven't seen, I think, in a decent time, like a consistent balance. And now I think a big part's going to be out wide too, and I think this is where the magic is going to happen. We got our guy, Luke Lowley. He's been the breath of fresh air, and I'm so glad he's coming back. Every time he touches the ball, you feel like something could and would happen. He is so committed, and if you pair him with someone like Brent Nadan, who's been probably one of the best players in a very long time this club has seen, you've got strike. There's something about him that's different. I can't put my finger on, but he is built different, and I can't wait to see him play. I'm glad he's back. Then you add people like Sanura Taruva, Staffatoa to that mix. Oh my goodness, this is electric. That is a backline that will punish any edges, any forwards, anything, but only if we win the middle. And that's where the key is going to be, I think, in this game. The game will be won in the guts, up the middle, and I'm looking directly at people like Fonu Pol, Samuela Faianu, and Terrell May. Like, they have to bring it. No soft carries, no one-out hit-ups and hope. It needs to be smart. It needs to be violent. We got to get downfield. We got to generate momentum, post-contact meters, offloads, all of that. Because if you give Luai that quick ball, he's going to cook off that when we can catch those defenders off guard. If we're talking about the spine, well, let's give some serious love to Jareem Buller as well, because, man, he has been stepping it up week after week. This kid really does show why he is the future West Tiger player. His positioning, his timing, his courage, his commitment, his loyalty, all the things. And against the Eels, he's going to be tested. They're going to, I think, try and kick way early in the plays. Moses loves catching fullbacks out of place, so Buller has to be on alert every second, every set. He's our insurance policy and our X factor and in the back. So let's flip it right now and let's talk defense, because that's where I think we've been losing in previous weeks. Just letting things slip, and especially on our edge defense. In particular, I think this is going to be the most critical part of our game. Parramatta will definitely run heavy traffic at our halves. No, sure, they're going to try and tire out Luai. They're going to look for Dewey's inside shoulder. It's coming. We know it. There's no way around it. So this week, our big guys, they are going to have to dominate defensively. No leaks, no hesitation, no passive contact. We're going to have that quick line speed as a whole unit coming up once the ball's played, staying on our mark, staying on side. It's the simple things that we can do and control, and that we need to do better in. And it's things like silly high contacts and holding too long in tackles. We got to be better. We got to clean those up. But let me circle back to a player who could shape our future. Latu Fainu, man, the quote stuck with me this week. I love the club. I'm committed. I just want to help wherever I can, especially in the long term. That's not a PR spin. That's a teenager speaking from the heart. That is a guy that wants to be built around, and we should be building around. And if Benji can keep him here long term, guys, I really think he will be in the number 7 jersey with Luai in 6. And I think we can surround that bloke with love and structure, and we might finally have a homegrown star that we can build a dynasty around. And I am just frothing on that. No shade against Galvin. It's just what we want to see and what we want as a club. We want that commitment. We want that loyalty. We want that hunger. We want the Tigers meant to hunt. You know what I'm saying? So this weekend, we are definitely down a star. We are under pressure, under media pressure. The media wants us to fail. It's going to only add to their story. But I've got a feeling the boys are going to rise to the occasion. We're going to hunt in our jungle, baby, because they are playing for more than a win. They are playing for their coach. They are playing for each other, and they are playing to prove that this is a new era, and we are not relying on one single person. So I'll throw it to you guys in the comments. Let's get it going. What do you make of the press conference? What were some of your takeaways? There were so many great points that we need to keep talking about. Should Galvin be brought back into the season, or has the bridge just been absolutely burned? And is Latu Fainu the future of this club? And who else should we be looking at to sign? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's get the conversation started. I respond to every single comment, good, bad, or ugly, no matter if you're a Tigers fan or not. But yeah, if you haven't already, genuinely appreciate the like and subscription to this channel, as it means the world to me and to the community. But yeah, guys, we are going to be in for a treat this weekend. I can't wait. Just a quick recap. playing our middle really hard, those post-contact meters, those offloads, giving it to Luai, letting him and Adam cook. Man, we are so in the clear here if we can make that happen. Letting our backline do their thing, creating gaps, running those plays. But defense is going to be key, getting into their head early, making them feel gassed, making them feel like they're out of whack, things like that, putting big hits on them. That is going to be the story that we are going to be feeling, and that's what the story we need to be living. And this will be the story that the mainstream media will definitely want to tell, because that bounce back from Galvin, my goodness, it is going to feel so good. Not having him on the field and us taking a win, proving that we don't need him and proving that we have what it takes to be the best in the freaking premiership. So, Tigers fans, as always, thanks for tuning in. This is a huge year, but also a huge week to be a Tigers fan. We have so much to dream big about. And as always, you guys are legends. Take it easy. Geordie out.